Hi, everybody. This is Eric coming to you today. Uh, Today, I want to share with you that the whole month of August has been an amazing time. It's been quite a month, you can say. My birthday just passed, and I just turned 51. So happy birthday to me! And I must say that not only did I celebrate my birthday in August, but I celebrate 10 years of marital bliss with my wife. And out of 10 years, my wife and I have been through so much. And we're not a perfect couple. But let me say one thing. What is a marriage? A marriage is a learning institution. It's not about, I take you only for whatever. No. A marriage is a learning institution between a man and a woman. The marriage between me and my wife has been a journey unlike any other. I'm not going to say it was perfect throughout the whole 10 years. No. Oh no, no, no. We've been through everything there is in our marriage. However, I stayed faithful even when times were not the best. I stood by my wife even when times were at its worst. Let me just say that in our marriage, I come home and I always handle the priorities. Yeah, routines also kill the marriage, but I try to avoid routines. I try to make things work with my wife because I just don't want to come home as a slouchy husband. Yeah, ¿dónde está mi cena? Nah, man, that's machismo. No, I come home, no matter how tired I am, I will come home and I take care of the priorities. Why? Because I make sure that when my wife comes home, her dinner's on the table. I make sure that when I come home, the house is clean, or whatever projects need to be done, I come home and make sure that it's well done, no matter how tired I am. Now, yes, also too, one must not over extenuate themselves. However, the main key is your priority to your wife. That is the main key, or to your spouse, you can say, even to women looking at this message. The main key is priorities to your spouse. Your spouse is your priority. Husbands, your wives are your priorities. Wives, your husbands are your priorities. Priority number one is your spouse. And I want to make sure that what I do it out of love for my wife, not out of service, out of love. And doing all this is to make sure that my wife is well taken care of. I am glad that I've been married to my wife for 10 years. 10 years of marriage has been an amazing journey for both me and my wife. We've been through the hardest times too, but we were there to lift each other up. And I wanted to make sure that my wife was not lost. And I wanted to make sure that I stood by her side when we were going through the hardest times of our lives. But 10 years, we survived 10 years of wonderful marriage bliss. Marriage bliss is not about perfection. Oh no, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. And it's not all going to be sunshine and roses. Oh no. In your marriage, you're going to go through hard times. So, what have my wife and I gone through in these hard times? Well, I won't say much because I won't discuss much. But I know too, when my wife was going through her hardest times too, being there for her was the most important part of our marriage. That is why I say this to all the husbands out there: stick by her side, don't let her go. To all the wives out there, stick by his side, don't let him go. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to be close to my wife. I come home every day. I am not there messing around. I don't go hanging out with the guys at the bars or on the weekends. Every now and then I get to hang out with my friends, like to have men's night out. Like not too long ago, I was in San Diego with my friends for a Dodgers San Diego Padre game. Yeah, I'm a Dodger fan. Yes. And what is the most important part was that it was our DTDT baseball weekend. You know, I am part of that men's group, DTDT. Yes. You know, we don't hang out every day, every weekend. We don't do all that, but we do find the time to hang out, do fun things, enjoy the fun things together, as men. And of course, the day before, my wife got to have her friends come over for what they call a charcuterie board and wine and talking, just doing the women thing. Why is it that it's important that you let your spouse hang out with their friends? Because you have to exhale. Marriage just comes with problems. But it's not that we're criticizing our spouses. It's just that, you know, you have to let out too, the problems, all marriages have their problems. But the main key is that you feel good about it. You feel good that you spoke with your spouse, you spoke with your friends about the problems, because you know what? All marriages have them. Marriages are not equipped with just sunshine and roses. Oh no, they're equipped with learning tools for you to learn. The best part about it, though, like I said, I'm not a possessive person, and my wife is not a possessive person, and we do fun things together. I'm not the kind of man or the spouse who's gonna tell my wife, you know, nah, I don't feel like doing this. Nah, I don't feel like doing that. Oh no, 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 no. Mm-mm. My wife and I will do things even at the spur of the moment. We'll go. We'll take a risk. We'll take a risk together. You know that, and why is it that we take risks together? Because the only regrets in life are the risks nobody ever took. Yes. So, as I say this to you, love your spouse. Husbands, love your wives. Wives, love your husbands. Okay? Stay faithful. Even when things are not the best, even when times are tough, stay faithful. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on your marriage, because, to be honest with you, the problems are going to be there, but they're there to be solved. Yes, I know each and every one of us wants to stand up for ourselves. Sometimes we feel like we're not, we shouldn't say sorry because we feel like we're right. But you know what though? Down the road, you get that you have that time to reflect and come to your senses and to say, you know what, I was wrong what I did, because you can't apologize right away. You can't. I mean, right away you have to. Right away you're just like at the. It all happens so fast. You can say, okay. And when these things happen, you have to ask you ask these questions. How? Prove to me. Did I really do it wrong? Because a lot of people are fighting for what's right. And I know a lot of people always want to claim that they're always right and they're never wrong. But you know what, though? Regardless of anything, just know that you are human. Your spouse is human. Husbands, just keep in mind, yes, you're human, but your wives are also human beings. And wives, same thing. Yes, you're human, but also your husbands are human. Remember, as human beings, we have the thought process, feelings, and all kinds of things that human beings do. Your spouse is also a human being. Remember one thing, husbands, your wives are not love slaves. Your wives are not toys to play with. No, your wives are people. And when you took the vow to say I do, you are to stick with your spouse, your wives, through those vows. For better, for worse, richer or poor, sickness and in health. The only way you're going to really separate is when they say, till death do you part. Wives, Same thing goes with you. Your husband's a human being. He has thoughts and feelings. Now, I know there are some husbands that are not the best husbands out there. You know, they marry just for whatever, and it's like they want to cheat because they think it's fun, or they think, okay, I'm just doing this to escape my problems. In this life, you cannot escape the problems that are going on out there. You cannot drown them with alcohol. You cannot escape doing drugs or going out there womanizing because you're always fighting, yelling, and screaming. Keep in mind, women are different than men, and men are different than women. But you have to look that both of you are human beings like everybody else. So I say this: if some of you went past 10 years and you're celebrating anniversaries today, happy anniversary to all of you. Okay? And remember one thing: if you're having troubles in your marriage or your marriage is in a crisis, don't give up. Let your spouse wrath, their anger, because bottling up all the problems is not good for your spouse. Okay? And if you men if you are one of the best men out there that don't yell and scream at your wives, and you're just trying to remain calm while your wives are out there yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs at you and everything, let it be. It's painful, it's hurtful, but in the long run, your spouse, your wife, won't harbor in any of these problems. And husbands, if you are if you're going through something, don't yell and scream at your wives. Don't yell and scream at your wives. They don't deserve to be hurt. But write it on paper. Write on paper what hurts. A lot better than to be yelling and screaming at your spouse, at your wives. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this video. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this channel. And I will be back again with more positive tips and more great advice on things in this life. Have a good day, everybody.